Today, I would like to talk about the implementation of the global project. During the review of the ongoing global project, I was very disappointed because I spent a lot of time, but I think the how can I say the outcome is not so satisfactory to me. Just currently, but currently I'm just preparing for the global project. Now, maybe the next week, I'm scheduled to enter into the Gulf University, and the first semester will start from next week. And I think I will be a little busy because of the academic schedule. Maybe I spend at least 24 hours per week in just learning the how can I say the golf related knowledge and experience. Maybe also I should go to the golf course to get some practical lesson. And personally, I'm very excited, but in terms of preparation for the global project, I think a little I will be stressed because of time constraint. When I just review the preparation status for my global project, the most the problem is just business activities, which will support my financial matters when we pursue the global project. And that is very important. Mainly, I just focused on the online business activities, which is new to me. And therefore, it makes me a little much more stressful. And also, it is not easy to develop the online business outcome, because I'm not used to it and I'm not so good in computer. And now just I would like to change my strategy in the area of the business activities. Maybe I need more offline activities as well. And for example, like I try to plant trees in the land located in Youl. And in that regard, I think about both short-term, can I say, income and long-term income. And therefore, I should be careful in making the portfolio in terms of the types of the trees and etc. etc. And now, previously, I'm more focused on some trees, which is very good in terms of the it's like appearance and fragrance and some shape of the trees, which will attract the consumers. And in addition to that, I also thinking about the trees or trees which will be good for our health, then I guess such will be more attractive to the most of the consumers. And also there are other factors which I should take into consideration in terms of the selection of the trees, which will be planted in the Youl land. Maybe it's tiny and small because it should be should be taken care of by the consumers in a very small apartment, and then I think that is more commercially how can I say, sellable. Otherwise, maybe it's difficult. Very big trees nobody wants to buy, and also transportation cost is high. And even if it is very good, when we see the trees, but it is not commercially it's like attractive. And there are many things which I should take into consideration, but unfortunately I try to get many much information from the book or YouTube, etc., but the resources are limited, and therefore the best way is to try for myself, and then I figure out which trees is good for the commercial, generating the incomes, and the best way is just start with just planting the trees at randomly. And basically, I some basic some little basic knowledge about which trees will be is more desirable, but this such knowledge is limited. But anyhow, just I cannot spend more time in just thinking about which trees will be better. Maybe just in the limited within the limited knowledge about the trees, just it's better for me to start now. And also I would like to just add some other activities which will generate incomes. For example, I'm thinking about two things. One is sale of the ebooks, and therefore I try more attention to the publishing company, and also maybe I set up some kind of cafe which sell the coffee or other. Just I think they mainly sell coffee. Also, it can be sold through the machine, and to the possible extent. Maybe even I may be able to hire the employees, but which is a little burdensome, and it is very difficult to manage or the control of the people, and I think it's better just to utilize the machine or AI, not AI, it's just machine, and simply just they just put the coin or just just insert the credit card, and then just they push the button, or then they can get the coffee which they prefer to drink. And I think that is I do not think it takes a lot of money to install such kind of equipment. But anyway, even if it is a little costly, I try to that. Otherwise, maybe there will be some barrier for my overseas activities. And the two things, one is to publish the sale of the ebooks or some files, and also the cafe. It's like sale of the coffee through the machinery, and also sale of some trees, which may be how can I say, utilized in the small apartment, and therefore the tree should be very beautiful in terms of the appearance and fragrance and management. Also, I guess it is good for human health. But for example, it can easily how can I taken out and to be eaten. Then I guess maybe I do not have any difficulty in selling this kind of trees. Also, the sale of the this kind of trees will be done offline and online. Online is okay, and the offline also. Normally, I try to utilize the machinery at the sale, which means like during the process of the sale, I try to any human being to be involved in this process. It's automatically, and therefore I need more some research about the method, and therefore it will take time. But I try utmost to explore such kind of practical method. Otherwise, I do not have any reason to develop this kind of business. This kind of business, three kind of business: publishing company, and the cafe, and also the sale of tree. It's like it's very useful in terms of the pressure of myself, and also a kind of generating the incomes, which will be helpful for the implementation of my global project. For example, it's like publishing companies. I just try to write various ebooks, and it can be published. And also, I hope that my ebook to be sold more, then which will be helpful to my financial condition. And the second was cafe. The space of the cafe will be also my own office, and some visit my cafe. It can be a friend to me, and also at the same time it will be helpful to generate the income. And the third one is trees. I will have the pleasure in planting trees, which is good in terms of the appearance and the fragrance, etc. And also good for my health. Maybe there is some surplus. For example, if it is not sold, then I can consume for myself, for my health. And also, if the trees have the two characteristics, good in terms of the appearance, fragrance, and also good in the consumers' the health, then I think it will be much more attractive. Then can be easily sellable. And during the process of the printing, I enjoyed the pleasure, and also good for me if I consume the trees for my health. It's also good, and also the both characteristics, both merits of the trees will attract various the consumers, which will result in the generating the incomes. It is also good, but in the reality it's not easy. I know that, but I try to utmost to just how can I say, achieve my goals in my personal perspective and also the other commercial perspective as well. Yeah, it's a very tough job, tough task, but I tried enjoying this kind of the challenges. Please look forward to just seeing the development of my proposed business. Thank you.